Before the theme parks, before Mickey Mouse, and long before Disney became a household name, there was just a young man with a wild imagination and a stubborn belief in his dreams. Walt Disney's story isn't just about cartoons and castles. It's about grit, failure, faith, and relentless creativity. In this video, we'll explore the lesser-known chapters of Walt's life, the struggles, the risks, and the raw ambition that transformed him from a small-town sketch artist to a global icon. Walter Elias Disney was born in 1901 in a modest home in Chicago, Illinois. But it was the sleepy town of Marceline, Missouri, where his imagination really started to bloom. Walt was a dreamer surrounded by endless fields, trains that passed through town, and the kind of stillness that gives a kid room to imagine. He'd sit under trees and sketch animals he saw in the fields. Sometimes he'd copy cartoons from the newspaper and try to invent his own stories around them. His family wasn't well off, far from it. His father, Elias Disney, was strict and worked various odd jobs to support the family. Money was always tight, and young Walt had to contribute early. He delivered newspapers at dawn, often in the freezing cold, falling asleep in class from exhaustion. But whenever he could steal a moment, he'd be drawing. That was his escape. That was his spark. In his early 20s, Walt launched his first animation studio, Laugh-O-Gram Studios, in Kansas City. With a small crew and barely any money, he churned out short animated fairy tales. The cartoons were clever, but the business side was a mess. He didn't get paid on time, and eventually, the studio collapsed. Walt was broke, living on beans, even sleeping in his office. He was forced to declare bankruptcy. Most people would have given up, but not Walt. With just $40 in his pocket and a suitcase full of dreams, he boarded a train to Hollywood. That moment, defeated but determined, was the true beginning of Disney as we know it. In Hollywood, Walt started fresh with his brother Roy. Together, they built a small studio in a back office. His first big hit came with a character named Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. But due to a contract loophole, Walt lost the rights to Oswald. Once again, he was back at square one. Rather than dwell on the loss, Walt picked up his sketchbook and created something new. Someone new. A plucky little mouse with red shorts, white gloves, and a big personality. Mickey Mouse. In 1928, Steamboat Willie premiered. The first animated short with synchronized sound, and it blew audiences away. Mickey became a sensation, and Walt Disney Studios was born. With each success, Walt pushed the limits. He introduced Technicolor, synchronized music, and eventually, the world's first full-length animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Everyone thought he was crazy until it became a massive hit. Even with a thriving studio, Walt wasn't satisfied. He dreamed of a place where stories could live and breathe, a park where kids and adults could step into the world of fantasy. Disneyland wasn't just an amusement park, it was an immersive storybook world, brought to life by meticulous design and a deep understanding of childlike wonder. When Disneyland opened in 1955, it was chaotic. Rides broke down, plumbing didn't work, and crowds were overwhelming. But it was also magical. Walt walked the streets of his park with pride, already dreaming of how to make it better. His vision didn't stop there. He worked on television shows, educational films, and plans for entire futuristic cities like Epcot. Walt Disney wasn't just an animator, he was a world builder. Walt Disney's life was far from easy. He faced failure, betrayal, poverty, but he never stopped dreaming. He taught us that creativity needs courage, that failure is not the end, and that imagination has the power to build empires. His journey from delivering newspapers in Missouri to redefining global entertainment proves one thing: no dream is too big when you believe in it enough. If Walt Disney's story lit a spark in you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more inspiring business stories. What is your favorite Disney or Pixar movie? Drop a comment below and let us know who you want us to feature next. Remember, every empire starts with a single sketch.